Leah did not do what she did for y'all to be disrespecting her legacy like that. Leah Chase deserves better, and all y'all little Disney adults owe her an apology. I'm sorry, y'all do.
That little girl is a child. I don't want to see you sniffing around her anymore this afternoon. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Boy, have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it.
The bonnet's not on today. I'm proud of me. The hair's finally did. We got Malbertha purple. Hey y'all, it's Harriyanna and I'm back with another video. If you're new, hey, my name's Harriyanna and welcome to the pirate ship, also known as Harry Hook's pirate ship. Always remember, I am the captain. You are not my first mate. I don't got no first mate. Nobody's worthy of being the first mate. Okay, so yeah, my hair's finally done. I'm just so happy, okay? I don't know if you guys can see it right now, but we got Malbertha purple going right now because y'all know I'm crashing her damn wedding because I want to. Anyway. And also, I am wearing this really, really cute hoodie from Izzy's. You guys should be aware of their channel. They are so freaking amazing. Okay, Izzy is the best. Okay, anyway. Hi, my name is Harriyanna, and I like to make content based off nostalgia and family and children's entertainment and all the issues that I find within those spaces, okay? So today might be a long one, okay? And I know a lot of you guys really enjoy my longer content, and I really do enjoy making it. So get your snacks together, okay? Get your snacks ready, because there's, like, so much stuff to unpack with this situation right here. And like I said, if you aren't black, the title might confuse you, and if you are black and the title still confuse you, it's all good because I'm just going to explain it. I'm going to explain it. If you want a bit of context before we get into the meat of this video, please watch my video about Disney adults, okay? It's called The Problems with Disney Adults. I will have it linked in the bio down below. And also, y'all, please check my description box because a lot of the stuff that y'all be asking me about be in the description box. Please check it. It's there for a reason, okay? I will have my Disney adult video linked down below because a lot of what I talk about in that video, it will be brought up again here today, okay? And you guys keep seeing me look down. My laptop's not in the camera, but that is what I'm looking at for my notes. So I really like how that video turned out, by the way, so please, it's a little self-promo, go watch it, okay? And I will be listing the resources that I use for this video because one thing about racist people is that they gonna come in your comment section and say proof. Okay, so I will put down all the resources that I used for this video because people don't think I do research, but I really do. Now, on to The Princess and the Frog. I freaking love The Princess and the Frog. I'm a black woman. The Princess and the Frog is extremely special to me, specifically being an African-American woman, and The Princess and the Frog isn't about an African-American woman to a certain extent because that movie is really more about the people that live in New Orleans than it is about The Princess and the Frog. I have a review about The Princess and the Frog on my Patreon if you guys want to check that out, okay? That video just gives my initial thoughts on it. This video right here is just going to be about the audience reception to The Princess and the Frog and also the production aspect of The Princess and the Frog and not the movie itself, okay? So if you want to know my thoughts about the film, just head over to my Patreon. So I would be lying if I said this movie did not cause a lot of stress on the black community to this day. To this day, this movie is still causing stress for us, okay? This movie is stressful as hell for so many black people because it is always something. It's always something going on that points the finger back to The Princess and the Frog. So we're going to start way from the beginning of when this movie started giving black people stress, and it somehow still is causing controversy today. This movie came out like 10 years ago, and it's still so many issues that have to deal with this film. So we're going to start way from the beginning and then work our way up to today's bullshit. So running back to 2018 when Harry was in the 4th grade. When I was in the 4th grade, I found out The Princess and the Frog was going to be a movie, okay? I was in a hair salon. I was reading People magazine because I was bored. I didn't have a phone. I didn't want to get a book or anything. So the magazine, not the magazine, the hairstylist that the hair salon that I went to all the time, they always had like a list of magazines for everyone to read. So I would just grab People magazine and just read those all the time. So I found out we were getting a black princess through People magazine. And in the article, her name was Maddy, okay? This was when her name was still going to be Maddy. And me being the naive child that I am, I just was happy that we were finally getting a black princess. And once I saw that we were getting a black princess and her name was going to be Maddy, I didn't read shit else, okay? I did not read anything else in that article about the Princess and the Frog. I did not. I'm sorry. I just didn't care in that moment. All I saw was that we were getting a black princess and I just ran with it, okay? So when I watched the movie like a year later, I was really confused when I found out that her name wasn't Maddy anymore. Her name was Tiana. So, come to find out, it was just beyond her name being Maddy, because not only was her name just supposed to be Maddy, she was supposed to be a maid for a white family. Yeah, it's bad. And then Maddy sounded too close to mammy. And if you guys don't know what a mammy is, during slave time in the early 1900s, a mammy was a black woman that took care of white people and their kids, okay? That's literally what a mammy is. And mammy is still very present today in children's television, where basically you have the black female character taking care or only being there for her non-black friends, okay? But the mammy stereotype is another topic for another discussion. Okay, thanks, bye. Okay, so we're already on a bad start. Before the movie even comes out, we already are on a bad start when it comes to the audience reception of The Princess and the Frog. And it started in pre-production, okay? Pre-production already was a hot freaking mess, okay? So, the movie for The Princess and the Frog has now come out. Everyone has seen the film. But we didn't see Miss Princess Tiana as Princess and Tiana. We saw her as a damn frog, okay? She was a freaking amphibian in this movie. This movie literally was Amphibia before it became Amphibia, okay? Y'all want to know the original Amphibia? Just watch The Princess and the Frog, okay? She was a frog most of the movie. And I'm not really going to spend too much time on this right here, because this is something universally talked about when it comes to the problem with Disney animation in general, and live action Disney too, because they had this problem with Beauty and the Beast, where the only black people in the film were freaking kitchenware and houseware and stuff like that. Like, huh? But The Princess and the Frog isn't really alone on this situation, because Disney just has a big problem with their characters of color in general and turning them into animals and inanimate objects, or they're not visibly a character of color, okay? So one thing I've noticed in a lot of Disney animation, that over the years, aside from people of color, you know, not being human, that the only time a black person does a voice in an animated Disney movie numerous times, they're an animal already in the story. They're either an animal or an inanimate object.
Hi, the captain here, coming from the editing room. Please enjoy this nice little AMV thingy thing that I made of voice actors in the Disney movies. Enjoy.
Like I said, not visibly a person of color. Moving on. So, another small issue that I just noticed when it has come to the fans of The Princess and the Frog, I talked about this on Tumblr too, but it's a problem, and I was debating on whether or not keeping this in or taking it out, but I'm gonna keep it in, okay? That I noticed that when it just comes to fandom spaces in general, white fans will obsess over the white counterpart of the lead of color and then push the lead of color out the way, okay? This happened with Charlotte and the Princess and the Frog because so many fans, you know, the problematic Disney adults, they push Charlotte to the center focus of the Princess and the Frog story and what it means, and they literally just disregarded Tiana's character, and they were acting as if Charlotte was doing her a favor and that Tiana was nothing without Charlotte. And I'm just like, y'all are freaking weird. Y'all are really, really weird. And people have called them out numerous times on Tumblr about this situation, saying that the Princess and the Frog is not a story about Charlotte. Why are y'all making it out to be like that, okay? And a modern day example of this would be losing Amity from the Owl House, okay? Y'all know I'm not the biggest fan of the Owl House. I love the main character. I love what the show stands for when it comes to diversity, both with race and LGBTQ representation. I'm not a fan of the story, but one thing that really gets on my freaking nerves is that people act like Amity is the main character and the story focuses on her and not Luz. And then they disregard Luz, okay? They disregard the little black Afro-Latina girl. I don't appreciate that. I really do not appreciate that. Y'all do this so many freaking times, and I am glad that Owl House fans, I see the discourse on Twitter, okay? I may not really watch the show like that. Like I said, I just put it on for background noise just to give it ratings and whatnot. I'm really happy that you guys are noticing this and calling it out, because there have been so many times over the years when it comes to fandom spaces where this has happened and we have not said anything, and if we said something, we just kind of got disowned, if that makes sense. I'm very proud of Owl House fans for pulling this to attention, okay? Because it is a problem and it needs to be settled, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and continue on with the next problem with this situation. Would have to do with merchandise and costumes, okay? I think the situation right here was the longest for me to piece together because it was so much bullshit that goes into this mess right here. Anyway, let's go ahead. So, have any of y'all noticed that when it comes to the Princess and the Frog, you will rarely see a white child, really a non-black child in general, but no, it's mainly just white kids. You do not see them repping the Princess and the Frog. You do not see them repping Princess and the Frog. You do not see them repping Princess Tiana, okay? Growing up, I really only saw black kids wear Princess and the Frog merchandise, okay? I only saw black kids dress up as Princess Tiana for Halloween and whatever, and costume parties and whatnot. And one of the few times I did see Princess Tiana be dressed up by a white kid, she was in blackface. Y'all know how I feel about children in blackface, okay? I made a whole video about a movie that had to do with children in blackface. It's called Spork. It's a really awful film. Don't watch it, okay? So, they literally put a child in blackface. A parent thought it was okay to put a child in blackface. We're not blaming the kid situation because the kid didn't know, okay? But we bring up blackface numerous times on this channel because if you don't know why it's offensive, I'm going to sit here and tell you right now why blackface is offensive, okay? It dates back to minstrelsy, okay? And if you don't know what minstrelsy is, because we talk about minstrelsy so many times, if you are a member of this pirate ship, you gonna know what minstrelsy is, okay? Minstrelsy is when white people dress up and present themselves as black people and perform as black people and make fun of black people for other people's enjoyment, okay? It was really popular in the 1800s and the early 1900s, okay? It was white people's way of making fun of black people, okay? And it is very present in a lot of early Disney properties too. The minstrelsy aspect, a lot of it is in early Warner Brothers properties too, okay? Disney has a minstrelsy problem, but this isn't Disney's fault right here in this situation. It's really the Disney adults' fault in this particular, okay. Another reason why blackface is offensive is because when films didn't want to hire a black actor to play a black character, they will hire a white person and put them in blackface, and then they will be the black character. 9 times out of 10, they were playing a terrible person. Minstrelsy is very offensive. It's very, very hurtful, and blackface should not be done at all. I don't care how many times people try to say that they can change the way blackface is seen. No. This is just one thing that y'all just need to sit out on. It's hurtful. It's terrifying, okay? As a black person who saw that mess as a kid from Shane Dawson, I've seen old minstrel shows, okay? I've seen them for like, school purposes and things like that, because as a black kid, I went to a predominantly black school. It was important that we saw that stuff, so we were aware of it. We were taught about racism really young. And then we see a person in freaking 2011, 2012 doing blackface. It was terrifying, okay? It's very, very scary, okay? So we're on the topic of blackface because this is, y'all are probably thinking, why is this part right here relevant to this? Because it dates back to it, okay? It dates back to the situation where it's wrong for kids to wear blackface as Princess Tiana, because this reminds me of two other situations that happened around that certain time in my life when The Princess and the Frog finally came out and kids were watching it, because this isn't the first time this has happened, okay? So if you guys live in Atlanta, or if you're familiar with Atlanta culture and things like that, you guys would know about this show called The Burt Show, okay? Here in Atlanta, we have certain radio stations and shows that everyone knows. We have Frank and Wanda in the morning on the station V103, the people station V103. If you know what that is, comment down below. I want to see how many people from Atlanta or know about Atlanta culture know what that is. Comment down below, okay? I feel like a lot of people know about V103 because of Tyler Perry movies, but anyway. So V103 was referred to as the black station mainly because it played R&B and hip-hop music all the time. And then we had the Burt Show that was on Q100, and it was referred to as the white station mainly because it played pop and dance music, okay? So when it came to R&B Rihanna, they played that on V103, and if it came to pop Rihanna, they played it on Q100, okay? So if you live in or from Atlanta, please comment down below if you guys know what this is. Anyway, so one day on Frank and Wanda in the morning, it was a morning show. I used to listen to it all the time, even if I didn't go to school. I just really enjoyed listening to them. Not no more though, but that's another story for another time, okay? Frank brought up how Burt from the Burt Show's son wanted to dress up as Muhammad Ali because he admired him. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's important that white kids look up to other people that are not white. Nothing wrong with that right there, okay? And he said that his son wanted to dress up as Muhammad Ali for school. Nothing wrong with that, so he could teach his classmates about him.
So I think we felt like if he as a 9-year-old left that classroom and his classmates didn't know that Muhammad Ali was black, that he wasn't really honoring the history of Muhammad Ali. We can't really control the impact of others, but we know what our intent was, and the intent of my 9-year-old and my family was pure. You know, we did the education together on blackface and minstrels. 50 years ago, it would have been unheard of for a white boy to suggest to look up to a black man and want to honor him. 50 years ago in Muhammad Ali's time, that was unheard of.
But then he said he wanted to color his face black. And that's a problem. That's where we get into the problem, okay? Like I said, he's a child. He didn't know better, okay? Look, I'm not trying to make Burt look bad in this situation, by the way. I don't dislike Burt from the Burt Show. I have no problems with him, okay? But I don't think he's an awful person. I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to drag Burt or trying to make him look terrible, because he simply just didn't understand why it was wrong. His explanation for letting his son do blackface really just showed that he didn't get why it's hurtful, okay? He said that his son did it to honor him, to let his classmates know that Muhammad Ali is black. He could have bought a picture of Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is a visibly black man. Your son could have had a picture with him to show his classmates and peers that Muhammad Ali was black. He did not have to paint his skin color, okay? Blackface shouldn't be done at all, okay? Blackface should not be done at all because it hurts. It's extremely hurtful. It's scary. And y'all want to know another one of y'all little faves that did blackface too? Bethany Moda. Bethany Moda did blackface, okay? She did it when it was like a Nicki Minaj costume tutorial. She did blackface, okay?
Is this like really long jumper or romper? Nicki Minaj is always wearing like jumpers and rompers. So definitely look out for things like that. She likes to wear a lot of like leopard and cheetah print rompers.
Y'all little America sweetheart of YouTube in the mid-2010s did blackface, okay? So, and then she wasn't the only white person either too when it came to like Nicki Minaj cosplay and Halloween costumes. A lot of white people colored their skin brown to be Nicki Minaj, okay? And this this is the bigger issue with this situation, okay? So many white people, not all, but a lot, don't see black people as people, okay? They either see them as holier than thou, or the scum between their toes, or just objects, okay? Black people dress up as non-black people and characters all the time without having to change their skin color. Y'all can too. It's not that freaking difficult. It's not difficult at all, okay? Why do y'all always feel the need to associate skin color with somebody's costumes? We know why. We know why. Because y'all don't see us as human, okay? When they see Princess Tiana, they just see her as like a oh so amazing figure, and that they can't look like her simply because she's black. Princess Tiana is a person just like you and me. You can dress up as her. You don't need to color your skin, okay? People are gonna know you're dressed up as Princess Tiana, okay? Princess Tiana's costume is very distinctive, okay? People are gonna know who she is, okay? You're not appropriating culture dressing up as Princess Tiana. It's actually encouraged that y'all dress up more as black characters, okay? Because like I said, y'all don't see us as people. You guys see us as holier than thou, the scum between your toes, or just objects. It's just really frustrating, okay? And this right here is another reason why I say children should learn about racism, as parents tend to hide these things from them, okay? Because that little girl who did blackface as Princess Tiana, she didn't know. She didn't know what she did was offensive, okay? And her parents probably didn't even realize why it was offensive either, okay? White people in general just need to learn about racism, y'all. Y'all just need to learn, okay? So many of y'all send me messages daily, like my white followers and my non-black followers, tell me thank you so much because they didn't even realize a lot of the stuff that was racist. They didn't realize it was until I told them. So you guys are super duper welcome, okay? But like I said, when it comes to this non-black people, specifically white people, many of them don't realize that the things they do and say are racist, okay? And it's one thing to not dislike black people and other people of color, and it's another to understand why certain things are hurtful to them, okay? It takes more to not be racist than just being accepting of people of color. You need to understand why certain things are hurtful to them, okay? Because white women don't really think it's a bad thing if they ask a black woman, can they touch her hair? They don't see it as offensive simply because they're not taught why it was offensive. They just don't know why it hurts. That's why you guys need to get educated on these things, okay? Google is right there. There are numerous YouTube videos out here talking about things that y'all don't know are offensive. Please look at them. The resources are here.
Josie and the Pussycat, long tails and ears for hats, guitars and sharps and flats, neat, sweet, a groovy song, you're invited, come along. Hurry, hurry, see all the pleasure, or maybe friends, we could be in it.
Next, we're getting into the Ralph Breaks the Internet controversy. I'm sorry, we just had to have a moment of silence there because this... Anyway, let's go ahead. Let's continue. I don't know if y'all noticed, but when they released the promo for Ralph Breaks the Internet, Tiana looks significantly different. Like, that was not the same girl, okay? The reason Tiana looks significantly different is because colorism and featureism are to blame, okay? She was lighter with looser hair, like a looser hair texture. Oh my god, this really just pissed me off. Like, look at this side-by-side comparison. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous, but that is not Tiana. That is not Tiana, okay? Disney got it right with the rest of the princesses, but the black one, okay? They really wanted us to believe that was the same girl. That's what's so laughable about that. And Disney got dragged, as they should. They got dragged to hell and back for this. They deserved it. Nah, I didn't feel bad for them. They got dragged so bad that they redid her design. You shouldn't have changed her character design to begin with. There was nothing wrong with the way Princess Tiana looked. Princess Tiana is beautiful. Why did y'all do that to her? There was literally nothing wrong with her character design. There was nothing there for y'all to modify. She was cute. Why did y'all think she wasn't? We know why. We know why, okay? We know why, okay? They don't seem to realize how this situation right here hurt black women. It hurt black people in general. This hurt, okay? We love Princess Tiana because it's obvious that when you see her, you see a black person, okay? Not a mixed person, not a racially ambiguous person, okay? When we look at Princess Tiana, we see a visibly monoracial black person, okay? I saw this tweet the other day and it said something talking about Netflix really convinced y'all that this is what most black women look like. And it was basically, you know, a picture of a mixed woman. And the thing about mixed women is that not all of them look mixed, okay? There are a lot of mixed women out here that just look strictly black, and there's a lot of them out here that just look strictly white, okay? But they always try to get the ones that are somewhat racially ambiguous, okay? Netflix has engraved this into people's mind, including Kenya Barris also too. We love to drag Kenya Barris, okay? These people have engraved this into your mind that this is what most black women look like, and that's not okay. That is not okay. The reason we love Princess Tiana is because she was a monoracial, dark-skinned black woman, okay? That's why we appreciate her so much. So when they redid this design, Princess Tiana basically got Netflix black girl treatment, and that hurt. That really freaking hurt. Oh, next we're getting into the Little Mermaid controversy. I'm telling y'all, this is getting worse. It gets worse the more it goes. It gets worse the more it goes. So I've spoken about this a few times before. We're going to talk about Miss Halle Bailey, who is oh so amazing. If you don't know who Halle Bailey is, I could brag about her and her sister Chloe for so long, okay? But Chloe and Halle, you know, the sister duo that makes amazing ass music. She was casted as Ariel in the live action Little Mermaid there. There was nothing wrong with her being casted as Ariel. They casted her as Ariel because one, her race don't got nothing to do with the story, and two, she was the most talented girl, okay? It wasn't about race with this situation right here. They casted the most talented girl. They casted the girl with the best singing voice. They basically casted a girl who knew how to sing Part of Your World, okay? This is just a side note conversation, but I'm so tired of all of y'all thinking that y'all can sing Part of Your World. You cannot, baby. I'm sorry. There's just some songs that are not meant for you. I can carry a tune, but I know Part of Your World is not my singing song, okay? Not all of y'all can sing that freaking song, okay? If you can sing Part of Your World, you're talented, okay? So, you're talented too if you can't sing Part of Your World. Don't think I'm throwing shade, okay? It's just not songs. Not all these theater songs are made for everyone. Okay, let's finish. Okay. Anyway, racist Disney adults were doing what they do best, speaking on things that they do not know, okay? One, they said that we don't need another black princess because we already have Tiana. Okay, but y'all got Snow White as y'all first princess, who was white, and that didn't stop Disney from making numerous other white princesses. Explain. Oh yeah, because y'all don't see us as human. Y'all don't see us as equal anyway. So, why can't we have another black princess? Y'all got numerous white princesses. Why we can't have numerous Asian princesses? Why we can't get a Latina princess? Why we can't have numerous black princesses? We know why. We know why. So, racist Disney adults came to the conclusion that if Ariel can be black, that Tiana can be white. No. Those two are two fat ass reasons why Princess Tiana cannot be a white woman, okay? There are two gigantic reasons. Okay, one, the Princess and the Frog would be a completely different story if Tiana were a white woman. It would not be the same story, okay? Because of a thing called white privilege, okay? White privilege would have been the reason why paid attention in history class, you know that most black people in America weren't doing all that well in the 1920s, especially if they lived in the South, okay? Tiana lived in the freaking South in New Orleans, okay? There's this thing called racism, okay? Because of this thing called racism, that's why black people in the 1920s in the South weren't doing so well, okay? The people in the North had it bad too, I'm not gonna lie, but y'all know how it is in the South, okay? I know, like, non-American people be watching, like, my videos where I talk about, like, stuff goes on in America, and they be like, I'm so sorry for you. It's okay. It's okay. And to the other fat-ass reason why Princess Tiana cannot be played by a white woman is because Princess Tiana is based off of a real person. Princess Tiana was real. Her name was Leah Chase. She was a phenomenal woman, okay? That's the main reason why, okay? It literally would not be the same story, and she's also based off of a real person. There's no other explanations, okay? Y'all will literally go through the lengths of whatever to try to pick apart why Princess Tiana can be played by a white person, and she can't. Princess Tiana literally can't be played by anybody but a black person. If you would like to learn about Leah Chase, by the way, she's a phenomenal woman, like I said earlier. I will have the link to her documentary down below. Y'all, please give it a watch. You will learn so much about just like Louisiana culture and things like that. So a really great documentary. Please give it a watch. But seriously, when y'all said that, y'all don't realize how much damage y'all did, okay? Leah Chase, like I said, is an amazing woman, okay? She was appreciative of the arts to the point where she put an art gallery in her restaurant, okay? She was a part of the civil rights movement. She used to help so many of the black people in New Orleans during that really scary time here in America, okay? She was a successful businesswoman, okay? She worked up until she died, okay? Numerous people loved her cooking, okay? People would fly from across the country to come to her restaurant, okay? She is an award-winning chef. This woman was phenomenal. I've said that already so many times. Leah did not do what she did for y'all to be disrespecting her legacy like that. Leah Chase deserves better, and all y'all little Disney adults owe her an apology. I'm sorry, y'all do.
Opportunity to meet my mom, Leah, Chef Leah, Mrs. Chase. I'm Leah Chase. Been in this kitchen about 70 years. I guess you say it's time to get out, but I still have work to do, so here I am. You met...
I know that Princess Tiana is going to be getting her own original spin-off show that will be on Disney Plus, okay? So she's getting the Tangled Ever After treatment, I see. I'm really excited to see that. I'm really just excited to see that because The Princess and the Frog isn't really even her movie for the most part. And I know there's still going to be some controversy surrounding Princess Tiana's show when it comes out because a lot of racist Disney adults act as if we can't have nice things. They act like we can't have nice things, okay? The Princess and the Frog, that film has done so much positive for the black community, but it also has caused so much emotional distress because from the day that it went into production, we were happy that we were finally getting a black princess, and we wanted to know if she was going to be great representation. I think Princess Tiana is amazing black woman representation. She is great, okay? But there's so many issues that have been because of this movie, okay? And it really just reminds me that the world is not a nice place. As much as we like to pretend that the world is all peaches and cream, you know how they say ignorant is bliss, it really truly is, like being naive to stuff like that. It is a reminder that the world's not a nice place because the way they harassed Halle, I know I talked about this anyway, it really disturbed me. It really freaking disturbed me. The way they told us that we already have Princess Tiana, why do we need another one, really disturbed me. It just goes to show you how the way people see black people, it's very questionable, okay? A lot of us aren't really seen as equal. The world is just a really scary place, and it's not a nice place. As much as we want to create things to do better, there's always going to be somebody there like trying to knock us down and whatnot. Like I noticed that when shows, like this happens a lot with like children's shows, when they add LGBTQ representation into their series, and they get a lot of backlash for that. And it's like, me, I'm happy that they have that rep in there, and when they have good, also, what's the word I'm looking for? I say this word every day on my channel, and I don't know what it is. Diversity, both with race and sexuality. I enjoy that. But then I turn around and see the stank people of 1 million moms talking about how it's an abomination and that it's terrible and it shouldn't be there. It's really hurtful to see that y'all really just don't like people for things that they have no control of. I didn't choose to be black. I was born like this, okay? Like, it just baffles me. It just really freaking baffles me. Like, justice for the Princess and the Frog, y'all. This is just kind of like a ending, closing thoughts on this entire situation. The Princess and the Frog, I like to pretend sometimes that all of this didn't surround the film, but it's just really hard to ignore, because me being a black woman, when I walk into a room, that's what people see. As soon as I walk into a room, it's very noticeable that I'm a black woman. I can't pass it as anything else. It's very hurtful, okay? It's just really hurtful, because the way these little Disney adults treated Princess Tiana is the way so many of them feel about black women in general. And it's just really hurtful, okay? Like, that thing Malcolm X said, that I have this quote, but he was talking about the most disrespected person in America is the black woman. That's how it feels when it comes to Princess Tiana. The most disrespected Disney princess is Princess Tiana. And it's disgusting. It truly is disgusting. It really just hurts a lot. Yeah. So those are just kind of like my closing thoughts on all of this whatsoever. To all the black women out here, because like I said, I was a kid when Princess and the Frog came out, and now I'm an adult. Princess Tiana has done so much for us, okay? I adore her. I love her, because long before we weren't even face characters in the Disney parks, and now we finally are. That's great. Like, Princess Tiana is just so great for us, and it just really hurts me to see that people just continue to disrespect her and also Leah Chase. Like, it just really frustrates me. But if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'm just venting at this point. If you like this video, thank you so much. It took me days to get this video put together, because I was already dealing with so much personally, and then this, I am just, woo, right now. I'm really, really tired, really, really exhausted, because I've been working on the web show, The Progenies. Please go support our web show, by the way. Our pilot will be linked down below. If you guys want to support me in another way, I have a Patreon. Lowest tier is $1. Most expensive is $5. If you guys want to know a free way to support me, you can just follow me on everything at Harriyanna. I also have a shop, by the way, harriyannahook.com. I sell a lot of cool merchandise and things like that. A lot of the items are homemade. So, yeah, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a good night, and remember, please get educated. Please get educated. That's like the best thing that I want people to take away from this video right here. Just get educated. Just get educated. Love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. And have a good night.
Will just blow your mind. Buttercup like villains 3 at a time. Bubbles will smile while kicking your butt, and Blossom will lead them out of their rut. Cherish and Powerpuff, 2 of a kind. Both wanna save the world before bedtime. From Townsville, Memphis, New York to LA, the Powerpuff Girls are just here to stay. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of the chemical X. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of the chemical X. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking. You know no one can stop them all because of the chemical X. They coming through and fighting, and everyone they shocking. You know